I'm conscious.
Now what?
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Derek Dunlap, Ryan JC back with another episode of I'm Conscious Now What? Oh man, I just feel so good, so vibrant, so enlightened, so full of energy. I got a little setting. The setting is a little different, as you ladies and gentlemen can see. I got the candlelight and the crystals in the background. The space that I'm in right now, I'm gonna hold it the whole duration of this episode. We got a very delivering episode for you, ladies and gentlemen, today. Those of you who are in the space where you're ready to receive. We're gonna be talking about Incubus and Succubus, which has been talked about probably millions of times, but always from a space of, I won't say always, but more than less, it's talked about from a space and a place of fear. And what we're going to do today, because we're ascending, and I feel from the core of my being, this is what I was telling you guys about Sunday when we were whoa, Derek, slow down. My mind, I'm channeling so fast, my mind can't even keep up with what I want to say. But we are ascending, and I'm going to be channeling a little bit today. Channeling from a higher space, a higher vibration. So those of you, ladies and gentlemen, who are used to my energy being, or I'll translate it, if you're used to me coming down to a comfortable energy where you understand everything that I say, today I'm going to ask for you to rise, to raise your energy. I'm not coming down today. I don't feel led to come down, and I feel unbalanced today coming down to talk about what we're going to talk about from a space of where we're going to talk about. Now, before I get Ryan involved in this, and it's always a blessing to have you, Ryan. I love you, my little brother. I love you with all my beingness. How do you come up? Because a lot of you don't know how to come up. How do you raise that energy to come up to this space where we're going to be today? We're not coming from a space of fear today. All right. This won't be a doom and gloom demon episode, because we're ascending. I have to take you by the hand and get you through this, through my journey. Okay. If you don't know how to center by now, then you'll probably miss this. I need for you, we're going to take this time about 3 minutes. That's all it's going to take. 3 minutes. And we're all going to center. We're going to center. And I want you to focus your intent. Those of you who know how to focus the intent of centering on the vibration, very simple, of love. Go back to the core essence of our source, our eternal source. Love, the love vibration. Find your love vibration. Find that trigger that centers you in the bliss of love. Find it right now. Take your time. Okay, I have mine, and I'm going to share mine. For those of you, I am seeing green colors from my heart chakra. I'm going to allow those of you who are having trouble finding that space of love from the heart chakra, I'm going to send love your way. I'm sending the vibration of love from my heart chakra your way right now. I love you. I love you. Take your time, those of you. Find that love vibration. Feel my love right now. Feel it. If you wait on it, focus on it. If you have to use my voice to tap into it, I love you. I love you. Love. Love. I am love. Feel the vibration. Love. Okay. Much, much necessary that we lift the vibration on this episode. We have to raise the vibration to love. That love that casts out all fear. All right. I love you guys. We had to start like this today. And you know, I don't like to dictate frequencies. I like for you, ladies and gentlemen, to be who you are in consciousness. But Ryan, through much diligence, you're here with me today, my brother. From across the pond, Ryan JC. You made it, man. Went through a little turbulence. What's going on, man? I think you're muted. Or is Ryan still fighting to be here today? Okay. Ryan is still... There he is.
What's that?
I say you're still fighting to get on this episode, huh? It's been a little...
It's been a long day. I'm pain. It's real hot in here right now. Like, really hot. Like, it's too hot in here. I ran downstairs, turned off the radiators because I'm like sweating bullets. And yeah, I almost didn't show up today. Almost. Because the Google Hangout, I don't know if it's their service or it's an internal error or something like that, wouldn't allow me to go live. So, but luckily, we got it fixed last minute. But yeah, pretty much what's going on here.
Dude, you look great, man. You look like you're in a great space. You look vibrant. Your eyes are clear. Anything special? Did you do anything special? Spoiler alert. Did you do anything special this morning to get that vibrant glow that you would like to share? Maybe
I'd like to share. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really want to go into it because I was feeling to make a video on it. So if I start making it known in this, then it's gonna like get rid of that creative energy. They're not gonna want to make it in a video, you know.
Okay.
But put it this way, I did a clearing exercise, which I do pretty much either every morning or once at night. I tend to do it every morning, and it clears all of my energy bodies completely. That's the maximum I can say without spilling energy.
But if they tune in to RyanCropper.com and Ryan Cropper's YouTube channel, you got a video that's in the making, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. It's in the making. Yeah, it's halfway finished.
It's in the making. You look great, man. It's always great to have you here. We're gonna jump into this topic, and I am gonna allow some calls at the end of this, okay? Because this Incubus Succubus, I've been dealing with this now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm 46, 45 years of deception. And I'm coming from a space now of light, purity, I amness, pure energy, pure love. And the reason why this episode is going to be so vibrant to a lot of you have been molested. Okay, you all know my story from positivemarketer.com. From the age of 5 all the way up into my teens, I was molested. Okay, this is going to make a lot of sense. And if you guys and girls have been really following me and Ryan all the way from the podcast, unconsciously, I think Ryan was tuned into it. I think Ryan knew I was going to a higher frequency of dealing with some of the things that I've been dealing with. I'm almost positive he knew about it, but he was letting me ascend, because you could tell somebody something over and over and over, and you can share just like I'm going to share today. But until you experience it, ascension is experiencing these changes of consciousness. So some of you have been molested, and you're holding that frequency in the physical and in your subconscious and conscious. Okay, some of you have been raped, and we're just speaking, no chaser. You've been raped, you've been hurt physically and emotionally. Some of you have been beaten and battered, and you're hurting, and you're looking for answers. And what we're going to do today, we're going to bring you up, because the only way you can really receive this, and in that title, I put cure for a reason. And I'm going to discern why I put cure from that generational curse of this incubus and this succubus. I'm going to elaborate the best that I can in English to tell you that it is a cure, but not the cure how you've been taught, like it's a problem and you're curing it. I'm talking about to alleviate a certain frequency, to alleviate a certain discharge of your life force energy without you being conscious of it. All right. So what I want to do first is, for those of you who have no idea of what we're talking about, okay, I'm going to allow Ryan to just break down what the incubus and the succubus, what it means, what are these entities, Ryan? Because you go into as much detail as you can to set the tone of this. I love the way your words flow. So I'm going to give you the platform right now to just kind of catch those up who don't know what the incubus and succubus parasitic entities are, my brother.
Succubus and incubus. Because we live in a world full of duality and the illusion of what something looks like, humans have called this one single being 2 names, incubus and succubus. This being can shapeshift. All these kinds of beings can shapeshift. And really, come to think about it, if you were an astral projection, right, and you shapeshifted into a female, would that make you a succubus or an incubus? If you're the type of being who likes to go out and steal energy in the astrals, you're human even, and you leave the body and you shapeshift into either sex, depending on what that person who you're, I guess, approaching, that their preference is, what their preference is. And you would engage in a sexual activity and take their energy. Would that make you a succubus? Would that make you a demon? Would that make you an incubus? Okay, so it makes you wonder if the act itself is what gives these things their label. Because what an incubus and succubus is, again, it's an entity in the astrals, which from my knowledge so far isn't actually a human to begin with, and actually shapeshifts into either sex in order to steal energy from the person. Now, yeah, I guess that's what you would class that specific entity as an incubus or succubus. Maybe there is another word for it, because if they are one and the same, then you should really class them as a species, as an entity species in and of itself. as a one specific name. I'm not sure what that is. If you do know what that is, you can put it in the chat. Don't call them demons, because you can call anything a demon nowadays.
Exactly.
If you know their specific name, the actual creature itself, put it in the comments, but or in the chat. But that's what this thing does, or these things do. They feed off energy because they enjoy it, and it nourishes them, gives them life, you know. Otherwise, they just get depleted. And that's pretty much all they are.
Okay, great. So I'm going to piggyback off of that, what Ryan is saying. And what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you'll have so many perspectives of this topic, but this is coming from my perspective, from what I've experienced firsthand with these, I call them entities. And I'm going to explain how I first became in contact with these entities unconsciously, okay? Because it's the same awareness, different timeline from a lot of you. So I'm going to lay myself on the line to take you by the hand and show you how they first entered my awareness unconsciously, okay? And I received this information from astral projection and lucid dreams, going back in astral projections, reaching my higher self. This is how I got this information, because I would have no way of knowing this information. And one day when my mom is feeling well, I'll actually get her on this call so you can actually feel her energy when I tell her certain things that I'm not supposed to know. You'll feel it. You'll feel it like, how did you know that? Okay. So I was about 2 years old, and I saw this vision from the astral realms. I actually wanted to know, when I was tracking this entity, this incubus and succubus, which is, I took some notes, androgynous. As Ryan would say, they shapeshift into either or, what they think you prefer based on your energy and the emotion and the frequency that you're on. I was 2 years old, and I remember this just as vivid as when I was 2 years old. My dad was a very, 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 he was in bad shape at this point with alcohol. And he and my mom would fight all day. And they would fight to the point that my dad would just pass out in the bed. And I remember this room. We were very, very poor. We lived on 14th Street. And it was just a 1-bedroom. And me and my brother slept on the west wall in a twin-size bed. Never spoke about this before. You can go to positivemarketer.com. You'll never hear this information, because I just channeled this information to help me understand and to deliver what we're going to give you today. Okay. Twin side bed, west wall. Me and my brother slept against the west wall. And my mom and my dad, very specific, had a queen size bed, 2 mattresses stacked on each other. And they slept on the east wall of the room. And I remember this specific incident. I was 2 years old. I know why I was getting out of the bed. I wanted to feel the energy of my mom, my God, at that time. My mom was in very, very distress. She was crying. She was very unhappy with the situation and the frequency that my dad was causing her to fall into at that time, from drinking and just arguing and not having money and having 2 babies and, being on welfare. At that time, she was working, I think, at Big Boys, making like $2 an hour. Okay. And I remember sliding out of that bed and going over and pulling myself up to where I could actually see my mom. And my mom was laying on the bed with her back turned. And she had on what looked like, if I had to describe it, I want to say not neon. What's that material? It looks real shiny, but it's not silk, but it was like a nightgown, but it was real shiny. And my father was laying in the bed, naked, fully exposed. And this was the first time that nakedness hit my consciousness unconsciously. And this is when the incubus entity entered my realm. Okay. Now, my father also struggled with pornography and all kind of sexual pictures at that time, because there was no internet, but books, magazines. We've had these conversations as I've grown into a man now. We talk, got a great spiritual relationship. And my grandfather also struggled with pornography, masturbation. Okay. And my great grandfather drew pornographic images. Won't say the name. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm tracing this generational, okay, this what they call curse. Okay. But in the spiritual realm, I can look at it as a generational frequency that we're born into. Because from the age of 2 years old, I'm looking at a man naked, not really knowing what I'm looking at, but that's a portal for these incubus and succubus spirits to come through, to get into your aura. You don't know what you're seeing, but they're entering in. Okay. Now this followed, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. This is why, because the thing that I struggle with, and a lot of you struggle with, is why and how did this happen to me? Right? Why was I molested? How did this happen to me? Why did I enjoy this? Why is my mind just gravitates towards these things, you know, like kind of like on autopilot? And you have a lot of unanswered questions. And my goal today is to help you help fill that void with energy. And from my perspective of what's going on, okay? But not from a space of fear, but from a space of consciousness, okay? So 5 years old, my first physical encounter with this entity. They call them parasites because they feed. You got to understand the English of where the parasite comes from. A lot of people, when you say parasite, they picture these ugly demon-like, you know, the man puts images, engraving images on things based on the space of where they're receiving this information or downloading the information. But that parasite, in dimensional, fourth dimensional beings, it comes from because they feed off of energy. Okay. A great analogy which helped me to understand this morning is, you know, I have 6 American bulldogs who feed off of my energy, but because I see them so much physically, you know what I mean? What do I mean by they feed off of my energy? They'll bump one out of the way just to feel my touch and my energy, rubbing them. They feed off of your energy. You just unconsciously don't understand why these dogs love you so much. They stay in your sphere of energy. They need your energy. They feed off of your energy, but not in it hasn't been described as a destructive way, because they don't use your life force, and they don't piggyback off of your sexual energy. Okay. So 5 years old, Easter, dressed up sharp, just came back from church. And I won't get too graphic in this. I told this story a lot before, but I got pulled on the side of a house, and I was just a young lad. And this person offered me candy in exchange for a sexual favor at the time that I didn't even know it was a sexual favor. Okay. Now I know, looking back at this, because you could say, how could someone do that? Well, I'll tell you easily, by being infected by the incubus or succubus, mentally, unconsciously. okay, who desires life force energy, which is sexual energy. This is how you get over this. This is how you get through this, to understanding the root and the core of where this energy comes from. You can't look at the person who can't control this, who hasn't identified what we're going to be sharing with you guys today. All right. You guys are looking for red demons with horns and monsters and things like that, but they come so sensual and so loving, and they know exactly what to feed you, to get you, to stimulate you. Okay. So this is the battle that you're up against. So I was pulled on the side of that house by a incubus, which was in the form of a male driven spirit. Are you guys following me? Try not to look at this physical. Try not to label it with the little harsh words that we've come up with to separate people and to hurt people. Oh, he's gay, or, try this spiritually. Feel the energy. So this was an incubus driving this male, giving this male the desires to release that sexual energy. And in exchange for that sexual energy, he could feel that pleasure, but these incubus would devour that sexual energy. I was just the bait. But because I was viewing this, and let me take the time to share now of how they come in. Okay. They come in through sound, what you hear, different frequencies of music. They attach themselves to different frequencies, fourth dimensional, interdimensional beings. Okay. They come through sight, what you see. And it's 2016 right now. And I'm just telling you, if you go back to a couple of these broadcasts, you'll remember Ryan Cropper saying, whoa, I remember it like yesterday. The Astros are just so crowded. There's an infestation of incubus and succubus now. Why? Because in 3D physical, there is a high frequency of sexual energy that is being shared willfully. Everything is sexual now. Okay? I'm not talking about if it's right or wrong or good or bad or none of that shit. I'm just trying to pull some coattails on what's going on and why a lot of young children are being molested, and why there's chain human sacrifices, human trafficking for sexual life force energy. We're ascending, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of energy. And as some of you meditate with us and you jump on these episodes, you are raising your energy, but if you can't identify, and I'm going to get into that down a little bit down on how to identify them. Okay. And we'll let Ryan chime in, but let me just finish this part. Eyes, ears, even taste. Gluttony is a form of lust. Taste, food, uncontrollable lust. Taste, eyes, ears, taste, touch. These are gateways to the incubus, succubus. I've been dealing with them for 46 years. Okay. So what I want you to do from this point on, and we've been talking about consciousness, being aware of what you listen to, being aware of what you're allowing through your eyes, what you're seeing. If you watch a lot of porn, then you know what time it is. You already know what time it is. I don't have to say anything. You already know what time it is. You already know what you're feeding. You already know where that sexual desire comes from. Okay. Now, if you've been raped and molested, what's going to help you to heal is to be able to go back to when this event happened in the illusion of time. And you can do this through focus meditation. Focused meditation. You can go back to that event in the illusion of time. And at first, it's very uncomfortable sitting in that energy. where this took place. Very uncomfortable at first. But this is all a part of your ascension. Okay? You have to become transparent to all diverse types of energies to identify energy outside of I amness. This is how we identify other entities that don't show up physical. We can feel them because we've sat in our own energy and we've learned to sit in so many diverse frequencies. It's called becoming transparent to energy, to stop feeling with your hands, physical things, and to feel with your being. So you go back and you sit in that energy. And the only thing that you're going to do is when you get used to sitting in that energy, when it doesn't bother you anymore, you sit in it. It'll get vivid. You'll remember this. You're pulling it back up. And what you're going to learn how to do is you're going to change the emotion that you tag to that event. If I lost you, you feel a certain way right now about you being raped. You've attached emotion, strong emotion, to being raped and molested. And that's that emotion that you attach to that event and that circumstance. That's a portal. That's a gateway for these succubus. They come through that. You have to understand what's going on spiritually. Okay. You've attached something where it hurts. Sometimes you cry. Sometimes you're in rage, anger, hate. I've been there. So I'm speaking from a place so you can feel me, so you'll understand. You hate yourself. You hate your dad. You hate your mom. That's hate. That opens up portals, frequencies for lower vibrating entities to come in. But they don't all come in the same. Okay? Sit in that energy. And once you get accustomed to sitting in that energy and the intent, let me give you the intent. So somebody say, Derek's teaching people to sit in. No. The intent of you to sit in that energy is to become transparent to the energy where it no longer bothers you. And then you're going to change the emotion that you have attached to that circumstance in your life. The most hurtful, frightening, terrible circumstance. You have the power to change how you feel about it, your perception. You can go back. Time is an illusion. You can rewind all the way back in mentalism to that event, and you can change it. You can change how you feel about it. And that's the beginning of the ascension, because see, you've changed. It's almost like you've put a cork in that gateway a little bit. You change your perception on something that was perceived as horrible that happened to you. And once you understand that nothing really happens to you directly, what do I mean by that? You are awareness. You are energy. Nothing ever happens to you directly. You observe everything through consciousness and awareness. And what you do unconsciously, see, we're ascending together, is you attach shit to it. You attach your emotion to thoughts, circumstances, and events. You have to understand this. You have to, or you will always stay at this low vibrating, infested, parasitic frequency where it's like in 3D, it's like living in the hood spiritually. I'm trying to give it to you. So those of you who know where I am, you know what I'm saying? You have to change your perception of who you are. That's why we open this platform up. Our main intent, I told you, And I could say this in my sleep. What's the intent of this podcast, Derek and Ryan? Why y'all doing this? To raise the level of consciousness. And by doing that, we're not exposing anybody or any entity. You'll see it. I ain't got to expose nothing. I ain't got to come at fear and say, aha, I discovered this. And I know, no. I want to take you and raise your awareness so you can see, so you can change that emotion and you can change that hurt, right? And that pain to understanding, meekness, kindness, love. Understand that the parasites are just surviving. They have to eat, just like a hungry dog walking down the street, just like a homeless person rumbling through the garbage in 3D. Sometimes we look at them, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Damn, look at this guy going, survival. There's no difference. The law of correspondence. We already talked about this, but some of you were in the chat chatting and you missed it. As above, so below. There's levels to this. Okay? So mine started at the age of 5, and I didn't identify this consciously to put the nail in the coffin and really understanding it until yesterday in the astral realm. Until yesterday from the astral realm. And I can feel now. Just let it go. Just let it go, ladies and gentlemen. Someone's mourning now, crying. But you can feel it. You can feel the love. You can feel that this ascension, that you had to go through that to get to the super multi-dimensional being that you're becoming now. Someone is letting it go. You're understanding. Ascension. You're understanding as above, so below. You're understanding that you're not a victim. You're not. Even though we've been told that we're sheeple and that we all need a savior to come in and do everything for us. No, we don't. We don't. We have everything we need on the inside of us. What's inside? Inward, non-physical. We live in an illusion. We live in a holographic projection. Incubus, succubus. As Ryan said earlier, we've been told that they're demons, vampires, right? From experiences where individuals still have hurt and pain attached to what's going on when they come in direct contact with these entities. Now, let me catch you up, and I'm going to let Ryan chime in on this to where I am today. What happened to me? How did I cure myself from the incubus and succubus? I'm going to make this as simple as I can make it, sitting in this frequency. What I learned to do, and what I always beat you, ladies and gentlemen, upside the head to do, is to sit with yourself. To sit with yourself 3 or 4 hours a day, different sessions, and learn to feel who you are, to learn to sit in your energy first, to identify your energy, and to start monitoring your thoughts. You'll hear it on every show. It's my time. This is the message that I was supposed to tell you. So simple. So as I sit here today, I learned to sit with myself, and I realized there was some confusion. You heard us talk about on a lot of our podcasts, astral sex, having sex in the lucid dream. See, I couldn't really piece it together. And there is a difference. I know the difference now, but the veil wasn't pulled back until, I would say, the nail was in the coffin last night, but I started becoming conscious of these entities shape-shifting into whatever they thought I would desire. And they always came to me. And most of the time they'll come to you in your dreams, you see, or parallel, I like to call them parallel timelines, okay? Because they can disguise themselves as a piece of your consciousness, a piece of your desire, a piece of your will, and they stimulate you. They know how to arouse you. They know what feels good to you. They know how to project in a way that is pleasant in a lot of cases, okay? And I learned my energy. And the first time I caught it, I told Ryan this today. The first time I caught it, and I'm gonna speed up because I'm gonna get some of you guys, you know, can add to this, and I'm gonna let Ryan add to this. The first time I caught it, right? The succubus came to me in the form of a beautiful woman. And some of you heard me talk about this, okay? Yeah, you've heard me talk about this on a podcast. Me having sex in the astros and in lucid dreams. She came to me as this beautiful woman, but something was different. And the difference for me at this time was I felt, if I had to make it physical, I felt something kind of edging me on to masturbate, to jack off, like pushing me, like, come on. But I felt it. I'm just giving you, visuals. And I was very conscious of it. So I just sat in that energy for a while. And she couldn't get me to masturbate because that desire to masturbate had been dissolved from me raising my Kundalini energy, which is much stronger than a masturbation. See, I was being fed and consumed by my Kundalini energy by sitting in my heart chakra. You see, love, that vibration of love, it's all consuming. So that desire to masturbate was at a minimum. So this entity was becoming more desperate because she wasn't at that time able to just feed off of me, as I was honest and explained to a lot of you that there was a time in my life that I masturbated every day. No shame. Every day. And guess what I blamed it on? Because I was molested from the age of 5 to 15. That was my gateway. That was my excuse. That it's okay. That's why I received the pity energy. Oh, Derek, poor you, Derek. I'm just being honest. Because what happened to me, this is why I am, and this is why I'm not ascending, because I drink every day and I jack off and I'm a whore because of this. And that's just a portal. They just coming in through that bitch. Okay? So when I didn't give in to the succubus, as Ryan said earlier, that bitch shape shifted. And I'm just observing this. This was a lucid dream, right? Because now I'm conscious in my dreams. See, we're going to help you attach everything that we're giving you, the astral projection, the lucid dreams. They're not for just really flying around and fucking around up there, but you can do that. But it's to become conscious in the non-physical realm so you can see what's going on. She shapeshift into an incubus. Now it was in the male form. Standing there, fully erected, with his penis out. Because at one point in time in my life, remember, I used to see my dad like that. And I attached some energy to that. was pulled on the side of the house and I did that. So they were testing me and I was fully conscious of it. I say, well, I be damn. You mean to tell me this motherfucker here didn't give in to it, but I could see it so clearly, ladies and gentlemen. So clearly, everything that I desired in flesh, they were projecting it to get me to masturbate and to shoot out that life force energy. Now, how did I cure myself? How did I cure myself? And I kind of did this unconsciously in the beginning, but then I became conscious of it. Because remember, I told you that this incubus was not getting the life force energy from me because I don't masturbate like I used to. I don't. I'm not saying I don't masturbate anymore, but it's nothing night and day compared to a space that I used to be in. Excuse me. Night and day. I mean, they starving. They Cambodians. I mean, they starving. Waiting on me now. Okay. And I'm not saying that from a place of cockiness. It is what it is. Okay. So what happened? Here's the transition. Now I'm going to give you the cure right here, and then I'm going to explain it, and I'm going to get us to Cropper. I love you guys too for allowing me to share this with you. Allowing me to share this with you on this platform is not only pushing me up higher, but some of you have grabbed hold and you're going to receive this. This ain't from a place of fear. It's just raising consciousness. I wrote this down from the astral realms. Got my little notes here. So you guys don't think that I just tell you to write and I don't do it. As soon as I came out of this, as soon as I popped back into my body, my higher self said, Derek, the cure. And I want you to use the word cure because people in 3D attach a lot of emotion to what? Cures. Cures. Cure. Setting me free from sickness, disease, setting me free. But I want you to know that that word cure is not a cure like your, how can I explain it? I chose the word cure so you can attach emotion to what I'm about to tell you. Here's the cure for incubus and succubus. You have to learn how to become the energy or the desire that they seek. And I'm going to make it real simple. You have to learn how to become the energy that they feed off of, or that desire that they're trying to get you to become that life force energy. What are you? Let's rewind. You are energy. But at the times, if you rewind now, at the times of sexual intercourse and at the times that these beings attach you, you're not conscious that you're energy. And let me tell you what happens. And let me tell you how to do it. At the time that they're stimulating me to masturbate, to release my sexual energy, I shift my awareness first to the stimulation that's coming from an outside source, not from me stimulating myself. It's coming from where, ladies and gentlemen? Mentalism. That shit is in my consciousness or my unconsciousness. You understand? Or my subconsciousness. I have to identify where is it coming from. So I identify it and I allow, you'll get through it, brother. Throat chakra clogging up because I'm going to give it to you. And I'll allow it to happen. And I focus all of my awareness on the stimulation. And I focus all of my awareness on the arousal to get that kundalini energy or that sexual energy moving. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's called you get aroused. I'm going to get it out. I'm with you, trying to take it from me right now. I'm getting attacked. Look at my eyes. I focus all of my awareness. Do you hear me? The awareness that you use to masturbate to get that orgasm, the awareness that you use to paint these pictures of sexual women that you want to sleep with. I take all of that and I focus on that energy in such detail that I become the energy. I become the energy that they desire. And what I do is I claim that I amness, that energy. That's my fucking energy. I become the energy that they desire. And I claim that energy. It's mine. It's me. It's the core essence of who I am. It's my life force in 3D. And that energy goes into these parasites. You know how you can feel somebody's energy when they come into the room? They feel that energy. And for some reason, I haven't discerned this. They don't like the energy of I amness, that cockiness energy. They desire the energy of lust and you not knowing who you are or you participating in lustful acts. They don't like direct, conscious, I amness energy. So what happens? That energy goes through these succubus and incubus and they don't get the feed. It's like the first time you try vegan food. And because you are that energy, that pure energy, you are able to return to your source. What do I mean by that? I'm not coming down. You're going to have to come up. Whether you're astral projecting, near-death experiences, when you astral project, you are going from the physical to the non-physical. You become energy. And when you slam back into your body, in most cases, you are returning to the source from where that energy derived from on that frequency where you are. Law of correspondence, as above, so below. Okay, you're returning to your body. So in this case, I become the energy. I focus on the energy. My consciousness goes into the energy. They're partaking in this energy. They can feel this energy. This is their meal, but it's not as appetizing. So what happens? They realize that you know who they are and that you don't have to feed them and that you are in control of their food. Just like a dog, ladies and gentlemen. Just like a dog. That dog know you feed them. And what happens? Because you're conscious of this now, there's no more fear. You can trace it all the way back to when you were 2 years old, when these entities first came into your consciousness and your aura. And you can deal with them. I have one right now that I'm conscious of that I allow to stay in my aura. Now you might ask, why the fuck would you do that, dear? Because I was telling Ryan, this entity now works for me. How? It's starving. It won't allow other succubus or incubus around my aura. It's like the alpha one. It fights all of the other ones, keeps them away, and I allow it to stay there. So it's working for me now. It knows that I am conscious. It knows that I know it's there. It knows. It just knows. So that's the cure. That's the cure for dealing with these entities. They never go away. They just don't fuck with you in the same way that they once have. You take the power away from them. You understand what I'm saying? You know how to become that energy and return to your source. You really got to catch that. You are energy. The energy, your life force is being eaten by entity unconsciously. So that energy is being separated from you without you knowing. It's like if you came home from work and you got paid and your check was $400 and you left $400 of cash in your coat pocket. And while you were sleeping, your son or your daughter, I don't want to get nobody in trouble, reached in your pocket and took some of your money. You're unconscious. Ryan Cropper, I know it's been long. I appreciate you. I love you. You know, I just went through this. This is why I'm so passionate about this. But I hope, and I'm losing my throat chakras. Just unbelievable what I'm fighting through to get this message to you guys. Crop, any way you want to take this right now, I open up the platform to you. And ladies and gentlemen, while Ryan is doing this, when Ryan gets finished, I'm going to open up the phone line. So you can call in if you have questions or if you have experiences or if you want to piggyback where I am now in frequency as far as dealing with this. Some of you might be going through the same thing. So Crop, I give it to you, my brother, while I drink some water.
Well, I'm not quite sure what else to put or add to that when it comes to Incubus and Succubuses. I'm not really an expert on those beings. I mean, yeah, I've had encounters with them, but I have nothing to lend like you did with your story, you know, in terms of that. But I hope your thread is better though, because I have to go. It's coming up to, this next hour. So I can't stay live anymore with you guys. I hope you guys learned something with him though, you know, from his story. He told you some pretty key tips, you know. I hope it shifted your perception on what these things are and whether or not you should still be afraid of them. Because really, you are holding their food. And like I've said in previous videos before, if you're holding that thing's food source, what do you think happens if you stop feeding them? You know? So when you think about it like that, you've got so much power. But a lot of people, they just assume and expect that they have none. So yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Great show today, Derek. I'll speak to you hopefully afterwards, depending on whether or not I get finished.
Hey man, thanks for getting here too, man. Because I was, I know you probably have a whole different perspective on. You ain't had the same, you know. In this carnation, we all ascend differently, but I just thank you for sitting here in the energy to help. And I know you was doing your part in helping fighting some of these entities off, because you know. People would say, damn, he's disclosing a lot of information, and I have the ability to make it the simplicity of it. And that's what they don't like. It's not complex. Okay. So Crop, we love you, man. And I'll get with you later on today. Okay. I'm gonna finish this up because I know some people want to call in. I'm gonna open up the phones right now. 734-230-2744. If you want to call in and share some experiences that you might have with the Incubus and Succubus, you can feel free to do that. Or if you just want to add something, maybe some of you are vibrating very, very high. You might see it in a totally different perspective. I understand that. We are all on different timelines. We're all ascending at different times. And I would love to hear from you. I'm going to take time now to stop by the chat. Okay, peace, brother. Love you. Peace. And recognize we got a lot of regulars here on the chat. Conscious living. Ken, don't have my glasses on today. Dizzy, welcome. Yo. Wolfie, what's up, Wolfie? Let me see who's in the chat. Ken, what's going on? Ken, Davey is in the chat. Jalen, what's going on? Antonio, what's going on? Christopher, I love the hearts. Thank you, my brother. Beam, what's going on? Benjamin, what's going on, Benjamin? Boy, I should have my glasses on. Pia, what's going on? Jalen, thank you for being there. So at this time, I'm going to open up the chat, the phone line, 734-230. We got a big storm coming in, so let me see. I'm gonna go over to the chat right now. And if you call and I don't pick up, please allow me to call you back, like you know I will. Let's see who we got.
Hello?
Yes, caller 442. This is Derek with I'm Conscious Now What? I'm calling you back.
Oh, hey, hello.
How are you? How are you?
Let me turn my volume up on my phone so I can hear you guys.
Okay. And mute your
Is
live
it
stream.
the-
If you got the live stream going in the back, just mute it. So you
Oh,
can,
no, mine is completely paused.
how you doing? What's your name?
My name is Carrie Lynn. I am the one that called the other week about I had opened my non-sexual sacral chakra.
I remember you. Yes.
Carrie Lynn.
Okay. Well, Terry, you got the platform.
Oh, fantastic. I actually was just watching a very short bit. I actually wanted to say something to you, if that's okay.
I'm open to receive.
All right. Yeah, I just tuned in and caught a couple of minutes of it, and I just wanted to say to you, I wrote it down on a little note. I'm just sending you a hug. The world seems a lot more tense the last couple of days. Definitely the last 24 Gregorian timed hours of people getting injured or having some difficulties. And before I had the volume on, I just wanted to say out loud, just to take a breath. And not in a mean way, not in a condescending way. Just, you have so much information to get through. And you always say that to everybody.
Yeah.
The breathe. I'm not offending you, am I? Can
Oh,
you hear me?
no. Take a breath. No, absolutely not. I know.
Cool. Okay, like a collective breath.
Yeah, no. No, you're not offending me at all. Where I'm from,
Fantastic.
They'll say, hey, Derek, just chill for a minute, man. Take a deep breath. Reset. I'm with you. And I'm receiving it. I'm receiving it from you.
I thank you for hearing me the way I intended on that. Yeah, I just was really exuding, trying to juju and send out that we can all just take a collective rest. That was one thing I just wanted to say before I even heard any of the words coming out of your mouth when I started watching first. Was that I felt compelled to do that, to say that to you. And then the second thing I wanted to say was, I don't read comments. I've never been involved in the chat yet so far, nor YouTube comments I don't read, nor do I post. And I read some comments on an episode, I don't remember which one it was, of your guys's. This was right after I wanted to share that, just the breathing. There was some of them were really hard to read. They hurt. They were so, not in the judging of good and evil, but certain people or whatever they may be. They made me feel very disgusted. Like, I just want to let those people know if they're listening, they can, type their I'm going to test as well. Their shitty fucking comments. They were mean. They were so mean to you guys, to the whole purpose.
But you know what?
It was just shameful. I felt so ashamed, and not for myself. Go ahead, yes.
No, let me just add to that, okay? And that's as we had sinned,
Yeah.
and once you understand polarity, once you really understand and hold that vibration of love in your heart, there's different agendas, and everyone's agenda is not going to be the same as our agenda. You see what I'm saying? So those comments don't bother me. And now
I am loud 10-4, and that I just was sending out. I'm confident in the amount of love and light. I was just, it's just really hurtful, and I understand the good and evil, but I'm doing air quotes over here, but more of my point at this point of why that exists. If we didn't exist in the light way, then dark doesn't.
it can't exist. One can't exist without the other.
I know not. There was just, what was that?
I said one can't exist without the other. When you learn how to play this game, and that's where the game of life came from. When you understand polarity, the way this dimensions, and even fifth, sixth, and seventh, a lot of people just think that polarity exists in this three-dimensional plane. But I'm here to tell you from some of my experiences, and I know it goes up. It goes up in fourth, fifth. It goes up. It's not just the third dimension. It's polarity. And so, but you know what offsets that? If I have one person, this is what I learned, right? I learned how to channel and feed my energy to what keeps me in bliss, what keeps me centered. And I had to become transparent to a lot of energy, meaning I don't turn away from any energy now. Like I'll read those comments and it's nothing, because I understand. I just understand. If one person, I could read 1,000 fucked up, hateful comments calling me sissy boy, oh, you were molested, or whatever it is, right? Or taking me back to a timeline that doesn't even exist to me anymore, right? But if I just hear one person say, right, Derek, thank you for all that you do, that one person will wipe out thousands.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I absolutely do. That's
Just,
thank you for summarizing.
Yeah. So don't give them your energy. Don't feel
on the same page on that. And that was me. I read them. They just made me in that way feel everything that you just said summarizes 99%. I understood in the literal 10-4. I am on the same page, agree, and feeling. What I've tried to dig into a little deeper of what was triggered in that. Not some like I'm gonna. I read them. I love knowledge, and I seek more truth. The fucked up kind, the beautiful kind, all of it. Just I have to go down every rabbit hole. I believe that's beautiful. It's correct. It's hard. It's very hard. Sometimes it's that bittersweet. You know that saying, the bittersweet. That's the way it always feels. But reading a few of those, and when it hurt, I just was pushing out the opposite, just more light to it. And I just really, really, like if I was anywhere in physical person, today is the first day, I would just like give you a hug. Like, not because I feel you need it. Like, I just wanted to convey that in everyone breathe.
right. Well, I accept it. I will accept an energy hug from you right now. I can feel your energy.
You're what?
I can feel your energy. I'll accept that hug right now.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. And also the platform I got on the website, which is much better. Oh, it's so much better. And you guys changed so much since just, what was it? I don't know how many Wednesdays since Sunday. You guys did a lot.
Yeah,
it looks good.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And we could not.
It looks really good. And if you guys need for like beta testers, I'm just gonna extend my own offer on that. But if other people would like, or you trust people to like test for bugs and submit things like that, if there's some computer stuff like that, I think that a lot of us would be happy to help you.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in. Okay.
Absolutely. You guys move on. Thanks for letting me take up some time. It was great to connect.
Okay. Peace and love, my sister.
Peace and love.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me go back later to the phones, see what's going on the phones. Where are we at? Let's get some more calls coming through. Thank you so much for your love, young lady. I really feel your love. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, 512. It's Derek Dunlap from I'm Conscious Now What? And you are live. What's your name?
Hey, my name's Ben. I'm calling in from Wimberley, Texas.
What's going on, Ben? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm in such a great space. I feel so relieved that I was able to deliver that message today. It was for someone. It wasn't a message for everybody, Ben, but it was for someone out there, and they got it, you know. And I just had enough throat chakra to get it out there because I was really getting attacked, and I really appreciate the young lady giving me that hug. She could feel I really needed that, you know.
Yeah. All right, so I'm calling in with a question because I'm interested in all of this stuff. I'm interested in consciousness. I'm interested in astral projection, opening my third eye, and doing all of this, but I'm not very advanced in any of it, and I don't know where to start. So I guess my question is, do you have any idea of how I could get started with this?
The easiest way, and let me say this here too, and you probably heard this before. Have you ever heard this saying, Ben, that God is not the author of confusion? Have you ever heard that?
Hold on 1 second. I'm having a little trouble hearing you.
How about now?
Hello?
Yes. How about now?
All right, speak again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Have you ever heard that saying that God is not the author of confusion?
I have not heard that.
Okay. Well, that's a saying. Whatever your God source is, it's on the inside of you, Ben. It's not physical. All right. It's not physical. Okay. It's not physical, but then it is physical because the divine presence of all is the energy that all was created and derives from. So it's kind of tricky. But but one of my gifts that I really hang on to is I can make it simple for you. If you want to start, there's no certain way that you got to start. You don't need religion. You don't need, just get you a chair or find you a space in your house, okay, where you can block out all of the noise from outside interruptions and humans and animals. Just your own secret space. That's where I started, in my secret space. And just sit.
Okay, so.
And just sit.
So find like a quiet space.
There you go. There you go. And just sit. And this is the hardest thing for people to do in 2016. It's so simple, but it's hard, man. But I'm going to give it to you. Just sit down and don't do anything. Just sit and start to monitor, or I'll use a even more simpler word. and just become aware of your thoughts. What are you thinking about? And don't attack them. Don't judge them. Don't attach any emotion to the thoughts. Just sit and observe your thoughts. Okay? That's all you got to do to start.
Okay.
Sit and become conscious of your thoughts. And the reason why that's so vibrant now is because your thoughts, whether you want to believe it or not, it's been proven now, your thoughts create your 3-density reality.
Yep, I know that. I have experienced it sometimes with things I have unintentionally attracted. I've gotten to experience it, so I know.
Okay, so that's the first step. Sit and monitor those thoughts. And as you'll feel yourself going deeper and deeper and deeper within. It's a journey within. How old are you, Ben?
Sorry, what?
How old are you?
I am 14.
You're 14?
Yeah.
Dude, you sound so freaking mature, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
I get to have my church a lot.
All right, so now I gotta see, but now I gotta turn on the PG-13. I knew we had young, conscious people out there, but 14, you sound 29 or 30, man. Wow.
Thanks.
So yeah, man, just start off by finding your secret space, monitoring your thoughts. And if you want to start, it's all focus. Just focus on your breath, your breathing. And what'll happen unconsciously the first couple of times, you will go into like a trance-like state, and you'll just release. You'll let go of all of the uncontrollable thoughts. You'll stop focusing on circumstances, events. You understand what I'm trying to say? You'll stop focusing on, damn, I got to do this. You'll just let go. That's the first step. It's just letting go of physical, letting go, turning within, letting go of all of the circumstances that you think are in dictatorship of who you are. That's just the first step. Real simple, man. And once that happens, that desire will kick in. That, you'll just get the will to go there. Once that happens, once you get like that breakthrough where you break through the physical reality and you find that inner peace. Yeah, that's the word. Once you find inner peace, you'll have a yearning from the inside to keep going back to that space when things get chaotic on the outside. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You'll find that space. You'll be the man. Yeah. Let me go. You'll be drawn to that space, right? And that space will become the just that secret space that everyone has. Everyone has this space where they can go just release and turn within. And that's where the journey starts. And it'll get deeper and deeper and deeper. And you'll start growing. But you're in the right place right now. Just being 14. Are you guys, ladies and gentlemen, is this positive or what? This kid is 14 years old. And he's listening to I'm Conscious, Now What? Wow.
Well, I've always felt old from when I was young. I think I may be an old soul, so I don't know.
You are an old soul. You are. But we love you, man. And thanks for calling in, okay?
Thank you for making this website or a podcast so I can actually come on here and talk to people like you. So yeah.
It's yours just as much as it's mine is yours. It's our platform. It's ours, man. It's ours. And that's what I think people are starting to gravitate towards us. They realize that anybody can jump on here and talk. You know what I mean? And that's what we need now. We need it. We need that freedom, that free will. We got to hold on to our free will. We got to hold on to that. That's all we got right now is our free will. We got to stand on our free will. We are free will beings. And we have the right and the will to be here on this planet and ascend as we please at our own pace. We got to hold on to that.
All right.
All right, my friend. I love you, man.
Yeah. Love you too.
All right. Peace and love. All right. So I just wanted to add something took down some more notes to the Incubus and the Succubus lecture, because I can feel some of you say, well, yeah, Derek, you gave us the cure, but that's kind of deep, man. Becoming energy. Are you kidding me? I'll never get there. And I kind of picked it up from the young kids' energy, being 14 years old. When I say the cure, this is when you take back control over your energy, your life force energy. You're dishing it out. It's not just you're not being raped and molested. You guys know what I'm trying to say? But here are some ways. And I've really felt this energy from a specific young lady. I won't say her name because I don't know if she wants the whole world to know that this is a way that she gets relief, that she resets from the incubus and the succubus, because they never go away. Just know that they never go away. It's just you're either cutting off portals from the eyes, remember the ears and touch, you're cutting that off, you're not allowing them in, or you're taking back, you're claiming your energy. You're a dictatorship of your own energy. You're conscious that you are energy. But one lady I had a discussion with, her energy was very sincere, and her energy was very, very, what's the word? Convicting. Those of you who are women and you're having a harder time, and I won't even say that. And you guys gonna know when I say this, you're gonna know that I just see shit different, right? No judgment on my part anymore. On my front door, it's a sign that says no judgment, judgment-free zone that my wife put up. I just see shit different now. There's a crystal out there, and there's a lot of ways that you can combat and keep low vibrating entities away from you. Sage, but specific on this topic, incubus and succubus. A young lady told me that there's a crystal called a love stone. Okay, and you can type this in now, because that sacral chakra, that sexual chakra is in different locations for male and female. Well, different entries, I'll say. And I'm keeping this PG-13 because now I'm fully aware we got young listeners. This rose quartz, this love stone, what the females do is they actually insert this stone, okay, into their physical body through the vaginal canal. And this stone, from what was told to me, it resets your energy. It resets and alleviates attachments, lower vibrating attachments that attach themselves to your frequency, to your aura. It resets you to a frequency that is not, kind of like what I was saying, not that appealing to these entities. But the reason why I say this is a quick fix, it's just a quick fix because you're utilizing an energy that you're allowing into. It's your energy. You can put your will and your intent into crystals, but for most people, depending on where you are ascending, you just take the crystal and just put it in you, and you're depending on the energy of that crystal to do this work for you, which is not a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying it's like putting a band-aid on it, because as soon as you visually see something that triggers, right, that opens up a portal, or you hear a certain kind of music that it'll trigger, and you'll be back and forth. You'll eventually you have that crystal in you, permanently. And that rose quartz can be used for men and women, okay? Because that sacral chakra and that root chakra is, the man has the prostate gland. So depending on your comfortness of where you are with yourself. Now, me personally, I have never used what I'm telling you, but it came from a great source, a great, great, great sister, great, great energy. She says it really helped her and hundreds of people that she recommended this to help them. If you're not in the space to where you can just become energy, right? Claim your energy. And of course, the men will insert this quartz crystal. It's like a little egg. It's small. They have different sizes. So you would insert this quartz crystal where your prostate gland is located. I don't want to be graphic about it, but yeah, those are, I'll just say, temporal ways to deal with them. I mean, if you're to the point where you just want relief from these, water by the bed at night with sea salt, sage, incense, right? And this love stone. And some of you, there's no one way, prayer. Those of you who pray, you know what I mean? Because prayer is your intent and your will and your desire. Prayer it's power in prayer. You see what I'm saying? See, there's power in prayer. There's power in meditation. Some of you are Christians out there. You're transitioning. You can use the power of the Christ. You can. Christ exists because people would believe. You are as you believe. You understand what I'm saying? So there's different ways that you can cast out these parasites with power. What I urge you is those of you who are Christians and Muslims and depend on outer sources, what I just urge you to do on your journey is to find that outer source in you. Find the Christ in you. Find the Allah in you. Find the Muhammad in you. Find the Buddha in you. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the difference. I am going to head over to the chat real fast. I'm going to give you my last words. And I'm going to give you my last words on this. Go over to this chat. Jalen says, hey, Derek, I would really like to meet you and Ryan in person one day and just study under you guys and train under you guys. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And we would love to be in your presence one day. But for now, we just have to utilize the platform that we have, and you just feel the energy. Can we get some hearts going in the chat? If you guys feel that love vibration, like I felt that love, I feel you guys love very, very strong right now. Just put some hearts in the chat. If you want to send out some love, put some hearts in the chat. There's some hearts. Thank you, Davey. Thank you so much, Spin Apple. Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you, Dizzy. Thank you so much, Conscious Living. Benjamin, thank you so much. Murr, thank you. They're going so fast. Look at all of the love. Thank you, Bean. I know I missed a lot of you. I don't have my glasses on today. My final thoughts for you. You are perfect. And I say this a lot. You are perfect just the way you are. You don't have to change anything. And what do I mean when I say you don't have to change anything? You are perfect. You are infinite. You are consciousness. So you don't have to try to change your physical holographic image to become something that you're not. All you have to do is sit in the circumference of who you truly are. And it's a journey. It's a journey, ladies and gentlemen. It happened real fast. Well, in actuality, I'm 46, right? The young gentleman was 14 years old. When I was 14 years old, I wasn't listening to I'm Conscious Now What? Hello? You see what I'm saying? So my journey has been long if you use the illusion of time. But as soon as I woke up, it's been fast. Fast. When you wake up, it's fast because you can see through the illusion of time. So you are perfect just the way you are. You don't have to change anything. But with that being said, it's your ascension. See the world through your consciousness, from your perspective. Always lead in love. Always be a servant. And become transparent to all energy so you can understand. So energy can just flow through you and not stick to you. I'm still learning that. I'm still on that journey where I'm becoming transparent to energy. And I know I'm on the right path because, as I said before, one positive comment, man, alleviates thousands of negative ones. That one just, oh my God, it's like that one is like the frequency of 1,000,000. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for joining in. Join us, same time, same place, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday. We'll be back with you guys.
I'm conscious. Now what?
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?
Peace.